I recently got a really interesting question on an old video I put up about empty hand Sinawali and their applications. And it's been a while since I made some of those videos. A lot of my thoughts have evolved and I thought it might be high time to share them with you. So this video and maybe one or two more videos I'm going to specifically dedicate to reinterpreting the Pekiti empty hands. Now I will like to say before we begin that this is my opinion on how I think the Pekiti empty hands should be used or can be used in a more modern context. Everybody might not agree with this, some people might vehemently disagree, that's completely up to you. This is my interpretation of empty hands. So let's begin with talking about what the Sinawali is. The Sinawali essentially it means to weave, and the most common Sinawali pattern that we have is our Heaven 6, which is 3 high attacks, right? You can, the exact angles of the attacks can vary, but essentially it's a high attack, high attack, high attack, high attack, high attack, high attack. This is the most common variation of the Sinawali that we see. Now for me, this is essentially a coordination drill, because let's be honest, how often are you going to get into a double stick fight or a double sword fight in real life? For me, this is a really good coordination drill because it's teaching me how to coordinate my weapons with my hands with each other, my weapons with each other, but also my weapons with my body, so I'm not hitting myself or hitting myself. I'm learning to coordinate everything. From there, maybe I can then go into something like double knife, where again Pakal or Saksa, it's up to you. Again, I'm just learning to coordinate my knives, so I'm not cutting myself. And from there, we have partner drills or maybe the empty hand Sinawali, which is also 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, where it's just, I'm just building coordination. But in my opinion, to apply this, especially in a modern sort of sports context, a sport martial art context, we have to understand a few things. Some of the things that the Sinawali allows me to do is that it allows me to coordinate my weapon, and that helps me when I'm doing double stick, single knife, everything. When Zorawat is giving me a 1 and 2, instead of me going 1, 2, 3 like that, I can go 1, 2 and then hit, right? So the timing is a little bit different. It's not 1, 2, 3. It goes 1 and 2 almost simultaneously, and then that third attack can come out. I am protecting myself, I'm hitting his hand, and then either I can hit his head, or if he comes back with a 2, I can intercept that. When we have a knife, we can do a similar concept where he's giving me a 1 as a slash, or switch your grips please, like this, or a thrust, right? A thrust or a slash. I am jamming that first one, and now my second attack, I need to get to the outside. I can get to the outside again. Let's switch sides with me please. I'm jamming that first one, and I'm getting to the outside with either a cut, or I'm looking to control with my hook. I control the arm and then I can cut. Or I jam, I'm moving to the outside, cutting through as I control that limb. So that Sinawali is allowing me to, number one, just as I did with the stick, protect myself, ideally get to the outside but protect myself, and immediately begin to counter attack while trying to control the limb. Because again, remember that the context of this is not necessarily fighting in a ring, but it's fighting against weapons, either if I'm without any weapons or if I myself am armed. Let's look at the context of the Sinawali within. Again, I'm empty hands and he has a knife. He can be slashing me up here. Now the first thing I need to do is to not die. I can do that by either jamming it, or I can do that by parrying it. Depends on how far, how much time I have, his grip, a whole bunch of stuff, right? But I need to not die. That's the first thing that I want to do. The next thing is I want to get some sort of control over that weapon. Now if I have a choice, I would like to get to the outside and then look for some sort of control, as opposed to staying on the inside and then looking for some sort of control. But I often don't have a choice in this matter. Sometimes I have to start on the inside and then move to the outside. So here my Sinawali expresses itself as still left, right, left, left, right. I'm moving to the outside, left. I'm looking to control that arm, and from here, if I want, I have a nice little arm bar over there. He is not trying to pull away over here or move away. He's trying to reach me with his weapon. Same if he stabs low. He's not trying to move his feet away. He's trying to reach me with that weapon. In that context, if I now go 1, 2, 3, it's easier for me to apply because he's putting a lot of forward pressure. As opposed to if Zorawat just gives me the knife, as opposed to if he just goes, as if he's like, just like probing little jabs. He's not doing this. He is coming to try and stab me, try and reach me. And when he does that, now it becomes a lot easier for me to now get to the outside and then look to control the arm. So again, I'm looking to coordinate my arms, which for me is essentially what the Sinawali is. Now let's talk about it from a kickboxing context. Remember, essentially what the Sinawali is a way for me to coordinate both my hands, right? That's first and foremost what it is. And so instead of thinking of it, maybe you could do, if Zorawar gives me a jab, maybe I could go a parry and then a hammer fist and then a hook, and then maybe I can come back with a hammer fist again. But again, like, this is not, that's not kickboxing context, that's maybe a self-defense context. One thing to understand when we're talking about self-defense, or I'm fighting against a weapon, or anything on the street, Zorawar is putting a lot of forward pressure. He's coming with a knife to stab me, he's coming forward. But in a kickboxing context, as soon as Zorawar jabs, the most likely thing Zorawar is going to do is not keep the hand out there, but is to pull the hand back. So Zorawar pulls the hand back, suddenly it becomes very hard for me to then bisect in the same way and hit him. Just don't pull the jab back. To come under and hit like that and then follow, because he's pulling the hand back. The second thing is it becomes hard to control Zorawar's arm, because Zorawar, and I say this about almost every partner drill in the Filipino martial arts, a lot of it goes to shit as soon as Zorawar can step back. Not all my hubert lubert sigang lubo, as soon as Zorawar starts stepping back, and if I can't follow him, the drill is going to fall apart. So within that context, where Zoru can move and he's probably going to pull back his arms and he doesn't have to constantly be giving me that forward pressure, we can reinterpret the Sinawali still in a few ways. I'm going to show you some really stupid, easy ways. And again, remember, this is my interpretation of this. You may disagree with me. There might be enough Filipino martial artists who disagree with me. But for me, this is how the Sinawali expresses itself in kickboxing, and it's really sillily easy. He's giving me a jab, I'm parrying, and now what am I going to do? Remember what the Sinawali is? It's 1, 2, 3. It's right, left, right. So I'm going parry, jab, cross. Or parry, I come back with a jab, step out, a hook. Maybe he gives me a jab cross. 1, 2, I go cross, hook, right? Parry, cross, hook. It's still the Sinawali, it's just a different interpretation of it. So you can try this as long as you're going, even if I'm attacking, right? So I was just going to defend, I'm just working that jab. Even when I go cross, hook, cross, that's still pop, pop, pop. You can still in some ways interpret that as the Sinawali. It doesn't always have to be these curved lines. It can also just be interpreted as a way to coordinate both sides of my body. Now I'm sure this is going to disappoint a few people, because I'm pretty sure that they would want to give me a jab cross, something exotic that ends with some sort of lock or something that I somehow magically found in my big gloves, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. Fighting is pretty simple and fighting remains consistent. One thing that we can say is that you can have space for things like the retraction of one attack can be the beginning of another attack. So I went a hook, and then you can come back with a back fist, and then you can maybe throw another attack. So instead of me going cross, hook, cross, or instead of me going hook, hook, cross, or uppercut, or whatever, in the Filipino martial arts, the retraction of one attack is also another attack. So I can go cross, hammer fist, hook, hammer fist, hook. I can come up with maybe some sort of a hammer fist over there, or I hit the body. I can come up with an uppercut, back fist. You can work something like that maybe. The end of one attack is the beginning of the other attack. But again, I don't know if that falls into the kickboxing context. And one thing you sacrifice over there is power. Now, you can mix them all together. I'm going to take the gloves off for this. You can mix them all together where I am attacking, pulling, and that hammer fist sets up a big, powerful strike. So what did I do? I went for a slap. I pulled that down. I went for like an overhand right. I came back with the hammer fist, and that could set up a big, powerful shot for my elbow or my hand. You can do it like that, definitely. But again, I'm not sure if that falls within the kickboxing context that we were talking about. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. A huge thank you to all of our YouTube members and all of our patrons over on our Patreon page. If you'd like to know more about either of the pages and the exclusive content that we offer there, check out the link in the description down below. Thank you Zorawar for your help. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.